Boys and girls, Alex here. I can't seem to, for some reason, break away from these bloody puzzles. Every time I find one, I make one. This latest venture is a little, what I call a puzzle cube. It's just a cube, hollow inside, made up of 6 pieces. Now, I got this inspiration or idea of it off the, what do they call them? Instructables by a chap called Mike 100. However, or Mick 100. However, or his blog was about how to design one of these cubes using SketchUp, which is what interested me to it. However, the bugger didn't give us a SketchUp file, so I had to finish up making it myself. The only problem was, when I first made it, I'll put this aside. Notice, you might notice, this one is just assembled as it comes off the laser, no polishing, no nothing. The same one, if I can get this right, I'll rephrase it. After it's been polished, I'll bring this on here. After it's been polished, it does come up much nicer. You mightn't be able to see it on the video, but it does come up nicer, and it's actually quite a pleasant little unit. However, when I made it, I made 2 pieces the same, which wasn't that good. My intention was to change that piece to something else. So what I finished up doing, let's get the sides right. Here we go. That's the side. Put that to the back as well. What I finished up doing was changing this back piece from that to that. The only problem was, rather than make the change to the top, I made it to the side here. Or no, it might have been this side here at the back. Unfortunately, that left the 2 pieces the same. I then realised my mistake, and of course I changed both that and the top piece, which made it different. So anyway, that can go to there. The problem with it was, so far now, I finished up with, because I do a lot of cutting, 3 different versions with naturally different solutions. But hang on, I'll see if I can get this into the video. The puzzles are, I'll bring it up close. Cube, where is it? Cube A, Cube, where is it? Oh, come on. Cube B, and finally, oh, come on, Cube C. The problem is that my intent now, what I tend to do, because, the thing I love about these puzzles is, hang on, I've got a dicky left hand. The doctors tell me it's a pinched nerve, and other than getting pain in the shoulders, I've lost about 60% use of the hand, or strength and manipulation of the hand. The thing I like about these little puzzles is I can cut them out on the laser without any further work. I can then package them into little packets like that, and really that's one of the hardest jobs, packaging it, and just give them away to people that I meet, maybe a checkout chick, or in the doctor's surgery, I'll give it to the receptionist, maybe even the doctor if he's inclined, and whoever is interested in these type of puzzles. So, as they're freebies, I really don't want to put any effort into it. But, as I said, for my own personal use, I do polish them up. I have made one black, oops, hang on, that just fell out. I made a black one, which so far, hang on, I'll see if, please, hasn't been polished yet. I'm going to polish it up, and before I close this video, I'll show you what it looks like. The only problem is because it's stained black, I don't want to put it on my normal buffing wheels because it'll, what's the word for it? Not spoil, not impregnate, contaminate, that's the word. Contaminate the buffer with the black stain, or at least anyway the first buffer, then it tends to wipe off, and the second and the third buffing aren't so bad. But because of that, I've got dedicated buffers, which means I've got to mount them up, and I'm lazy, but I will do it. Okay, I'm back with the new polished shiny little mother. Let's see if it'll come apart easy. As you can see, it's just on the outside. The inside is dark, but there's a bit of white diamond dust in there which will eventually wear off or rub off because I'm too bloody lazy to brush it off. But there you have it. And I think that's about it. I don't intend to make a big one. However, if I did, what I'd probably do is laminate this into 3 pieces, which would make it relatively big. Laminate it into 3 pieces using my dowel alignment, but as I said, I don't intend to. I've got enough little boxes similar to this to put in my thing. So anyway, that's it for this little thing until the next time I find another bloody puzzle I can make up easily. Look, these all can be done through regular tools like this one. Wouldn't be that hard to make up a bit of a jig because I mean the dimensions are 30 by 30, 6 mil, there's 6 mil width because that's the thickness of the MDF. You could easily make it out of, as I say, 19 mil standard pine, which would make it virtually, as I said, 3 times the size of that. Make up a jig, use a 6 mil router bit, route it out. As I said, once you've got your jig, if you take your measurements properly, they're straight, single cut, pass type of cuts, nothing fancy. Would very easily be done on a by standard or conventional woodworking means. Anyway, shit, I've crapped on again. Okay, let's move this little black one aside. And for all it's worth, I've got for the benefit of my display cabinet, I do have a couple of versions of all the different, or the ABC version of it, all polished up so they can also hit the cabinet. But the reason why, I don't know whether you actually seen my previous video of the Lubin puzzle. It took a lot of effort, you know, glue ups, etc. And therefore I'm not overly keen to give them away as freebie. But this one, again, much like the other one I had, but the other one had similar pieces, although it had 12 pieces. It had 7 of one and 5 of the other, but they were like pieces. Now this one only comes in, well, 6 pieces, but the beauty of it is it's off the laser. As it is, all I usually do, slap it together like that. However, and ram it into a bag, put some instructions with it, package it up, and yeah, so with little effort it can be given as a great little freebie. But anyway, for those that might be at all interested, let's try and put it together. Now the thing about this is there's no real inside-outside, which means that, well, I know this piece. I usually start off with this piece, which is, to me, that way up, and it's the back. However, if you don't know how it works, it can be that way, that way, that way. Depending on how you put the next piece on, you could be in deep shit. So, the next piece I do know is, oh, hang on, let's get this right. Now you see straight away I've changed the orientation of it, so I could be totally wrong. No, of course, because that's the wrong piece. This is the right piece. That's why I was already screwed up. That's the one we go for. Next, this is the bottom piece. However, that can go either way, that way or that way. Doesn't really matter. I do know this one with the two big chunky bits and the straight bit go on there, like so. The next one is this. Oh, hang on. Is it this one? No, it's this one here that goes on like that. Oh, hang on. Let you see it. Goes on there like that. I just happen to know, again, you've got to just trust me. This next piece zips on like that, and this other piece sits. Oh, see, this is the beauty of the laser, I will admit. Off the laser is virtually a, well, I won't say a super tight fit, but a reasonable fit. You can be unlucky and it comes apart, or it sticks together, depending on how much of, you'll find little nibs stick there that now won't come apart. But when I want it to come apart, don't want it to come apart, it does. Often there's little nibs on the end there where the laser edges meet, and it sticks out a little bit, which will jam it in. So, whatever that means. But anyway, the beauty of this is it's a nice little puzzle. I don't bother cleaning it up, as you can, well, you mightn't notice. But this is the one that goes in the cabinet. There's no burn marks on it. It's highly polished, which you mightn't be able to see depending on where the glare is and all that. And it's a very presentable little unit. It feels good. It feels good to the touch because, as I said, it's highly polished and buffed. The three of them are, whoops, there you are. Fell out again, so there. And as I say, it finishes up like that, which I usually put about half a dozen of these and different puzzles into my pocket, and depending on who catches my attention, like a friendly checkout chick or whatever. Sorry, I'm not being disrespectful to checkout chicks. It's meant as in the nicest way. I just sort of say to them, look, I usually say, you into puzzles? If they say yeah, I'd say, well, look, here is something to try. And I usually say to them, if you don't like it, take it home to your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or your dog, if he's smart. Okay, anyway, that's it, boys and girls, for this one, and see you in my Lupin puzzle, which I think will be published after this one, even though I'm mentioning in this. Good God, I'm a dickhead. Anyway, Uru, keep safe.